Congratulations on completing the last exercise. Now that you are finished, let's review everything step by step. First, I'm going to open my touch panel file directly from Netlink Studio. Once again, we're going to move rather quickly through this touch panel stuff since it should be rather easy by now. I am going to copy and paste one of my existing pop-up pages and rename it Proj Lift. I'll open up that page and delete all but 2 of the buttons on the page. I'll rename these buttons to be Proj Lift Up and Proj Lift Down. I'll highlight the Proj Lift Up button and select the Programming tab. First, I'll make sure the feedback is set to channel. Second, I'll need to assign its channel port and channel code. Remember, this is a whole new page, therefore we are going to use a new port, port number 6. For the channel code, let's use button number 601. Now do the same for the Proj Lift Down button. Highlight it and set its channel port to 6 and its channel code to 602. I'm finished with this pop-up page, so I'll close it. However, I'm not quite finished with the touch panel file. I still need to create a source select button that will launch this new pop-up page. I'll open up the sources pop-up and add another button. I'll call it Proj Lift. Now that it's created and positioned properly, I just need to add the page flip. Highlight the button, go to the Events tab. On the button Release event, let's add a Show pop-up for our new Proj Lift page. Now we are finished. Save the touch panel and close TP Design 5. Next, let's work on the code. First things first, we created a new touch panel page with a new port number. We need to define another touch panel device. We'll call our touch panel device DVTP_lift. We'll assign it a DPS of 10,001:6:0. Our projector lift is going to be controlled by 2 relays coming off of our DVX. We instructed you that those relays were to be number 7 and number 8. Lucky for us, the relay device is already defined from an older exercise. I'll move down to define a couple of constants for the buttons we created on the touch panel, and I'll also define relays 7 and 8. In an earlier exercise, we defined and used relays 1 through 4. Let's just make it easy and define a constant for the rest of the relays we would find on our master controller. Therefore, I'll define a constant for relays 5 through 8. Next, I'll define a couple of constants for our touch panel buttons. We'll call them Button Lift Up and Button Lift Down. The channels we used in the touch panel were 601 and 602. Therefore, Button Lift Up gets 601 and Button Lift Down gets 602. Let's scroll down to begin building our events. We'll start with the Lift Up button. I'm going to create a new button event. The devchan that we'll be using is DVTP_lift and Button Lift Up. The event handler we wish to use is a push. Now, what is it we wish to do when the lift button is pressed? Well, immediately we need to turn on relay 7 to start the lift moving up. The requirements called for the relay to remain energized for 20 seconds. Therefore, let's add a 20-second wait. Remember, the wait times are in tenths of a second, so this will read wait 200. We'll open up a set of braces, and inside of this wait, or in other words, after this wait expires, we need to turn off relay 7. There you have it. When the lift button is pressed, the relay will turn on, and 20 seconds later, it will turn off. I'll compile my code to make sure I am error-free. Now, all I need to do is create an almost identical button event for the Lift Down button. I find it easiest to copy and paste. I just need to change a few things in this new button event. First, the button that we want to press is not the Lift Up button. Change it to the Button Lift Down. Also, instead of turning on and off relay 7, we'll change it to relay 8. That's it. Compile once again and we'll move on. The next requirement in the exercise was to add feedback for each of the buttons. Let's scroll down to the Define Program section of our code. At the very bottom, I'll put a comment in for a new section called Projector Lift Feedback. I'll need two feedback statements, one for the Lift Up button and one for the Lift Down button. I'll start with the Lift Up button. On the left side, the DevChan combination is DVTP_lift and button lift up. That gets the DevChan combination of DV relays and relay 7. Once again, I'll copy and paste this feedback statement, change the channel to button lift down, and change the relay it's associated with to relay 8. That's all there is to it. I'll compile once again to make sure I didn't make any mistakes. I'm still not quite done. We still have to make sure we don't burn up the lift motor by triggering both relays at the same time. Remember learning about mutually exclusive? Let's scroll up to that section and make these relays mutually exclusive so only one can ever be on at any given time. The entire statement needs to be included in parentheses. Then you simply put both DevChan combinations inside, separated by a comma. What are the DevChans to include in here? Well, the first one is DV relays, relay 7, and the second one is DV relays, relay 8. And for one last time, I'll compile my code. Congratulations on completing this exercise. Once again, it's important to remind you to now save and close this exercise code file so you don't have any source code files currently open in the source code editor window. In the next lesson, we're going to learn all about variables.